Hola, I'm Viviana, and this is Migrant Talks. Hi, everyone. This is the second video of Migrant Talks. And today we have Fabiola Campbell. She grew up in Venezuela. She lives right now in Victoria, and she's the founder of Professional Migrant Women. Today, we are going to talk about frustration. Those moments, those very frustrating moments when you are starting a business and people don't pay attention, or people don't believe you, or you have very annoying clients. Those very specific moments where you really feel frustrated. And when you are starting, you believe that maybe that's the whole way, but then that eases. So today we are going to talk with Fabiola about her stories and also how she overcome that frustration. What were maybe her methods or her ideas on how to overcome those moments of very frustrated moments. So, hi, Fabiola. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really, really excited to have this talk with you today. And thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you, Vivi, for inviting me and for hosting me today. And I'm really excited to talk about these stories with you.
Thank you so much. So let's start by talking a little bit about professional migrant women. What is that?
Professional Migrant Women is an organization that aims to maximize the potential and contribution of migrant women, and also about increased visibility and representation of migrant women in Australia. And the way we do that is through building or creating pathways to professional employment, helping women advance in their careers, and also create leadership pathways for diverse women so they are represented in all levels where decisions are made.
Oof, amazing. That's really good, because in a world where still there is so much inequality, so much gap between men and women, like we don't have anything against men, but in reality, our situation is that we are not the same. As much as we have knowledge and we have experience and we have ideas, we are not seen equal, and that's not right. So thank you so much for your
Thank
work.
you.
Okay, so today we are talking about frustration when we are starting a business, when we are running a business. So tell us your stories.
Well, I think I started a business more than 10 years ago. That was really frustrating, and I made many mistakes. I was studying life coaching. I decided to run a business as a life coach. I registered my business. I created my website. I was doing networking and everything, but I didn't get the clients that I needed to make my business work. And there was a huge knowledge gap for me during that period. And probably one of the mistakes that I made was to give up my job. I thought, well, I give up my job, and if I focus on my business, I will have all the energy to make it grow. Little I knew that I just didn't have at the moment what I needed to keep it growing. And as most entrepreneurs will know, when you are a business owner, you have to be it. You have to do not only what you're good at. In my case, is about training and helping people through different experiences. In this case, professional development. Well, you also have to learn about sales. You have to learn about marketing. You have to learn about graphic design or design, as in you have to learn how to use your Canva and different tools. You have to be a copywriter. you are pulled in all different directions, and it's an intensive growth period as a person. And then what happens is that when you put so much effort and so much hours into, say, learning a new software, developing a new skill that will support your business venture, probably one of the most frustrating things is that your business doesn't make much movement. You don't get much movement in your business, and it doesn't grow at the rate that you expect it to grow. So I think that's probably one of the first frustrations. So what happened with that business 10 years ago? It folded. I couldn't continue with that. I needed income. I thought I gave it a really good go. It didn't work. I have to stop here. So I did stop that, and I look for a new job. So, right there, that was the first frustration with businesses here in Australia, particularly.
I always said that being an entrepreneur is wearing a lot of hats. So, like, a lot of people said, "Oh, I'm the CEO of, this company and all of that." And yes, you are the CEO, the CFO, the marketing manager, and the coffee lady. Like, you are everything. And if we focus in the titles, then we are going to get very frustrated when, like, the title doesn't add up with your bank account, because a CEO is earning tons of money, but then you can be the CEO of something, but if your bank account is not ringing and saying yes, you have the money of the CEO, well, then that is going to be very frustrating, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's true. And also, I think what's funny is that another frustration, that comes to mind right now, because you are wearing so many hats and you have to think of so many things. So I remember, for example, we had an event. Awesome. An event is a great opportunity for us to capture some photos, to get some footage, to keep promoting what we do. Obviously, when you started, you just do it with your phone, or you ask somebody else to take photos with their phones. And when you get home, the quality is terrible, and you can't bring these people together anymore. Or say, for example, the photo is amazing and the background is terrible, or there is a mess in the background, or things like that. So I think what happens is that you start developing attention and an eye for details that probably you didn't have before, but it's based on those experiences and that frustration that you experience at some point in time.
Yeah, like, everything is a learning process. And when you are studying, and precisely yesterday I was talking with someone about that, like, how to make a successful business. Well, like, there is no magic course or formula or anything. It's just a process. Most of the people that are successful right now, we see them now there at the top of the mountain, and we said, wow, that's incredible. But very few people actually see the process, that walking path that they took to get there. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't like, oh, I'm going in a lift and, like, I just press the rooftop and I'm there. No, like, the process is hard. You fall. Like, I also started a business when I arrived to Australia. I brought girdles, like shaping wear. And I said, well, that's amazing. Like I saw the shaping wear that they were selling here, and I was like, that's nothing. Like, we in Latin America, we have the best of the best, and we grew up with girdles and stuff. And then it didn't work out. It didn't work out because the Australian women, they are not used to the shaping well, or they are not really that aware of their figure as we are in Latin America. Also because our figure as Latins is different, is that guitar shape. Here is more less curves and less stuff. um and anyway, they are extremes, so like either they are very sport women and very healthy and very, or they are not. So like if they are not, they don't care. If they are, they don't need. So anyway,
Yes,
and it was very frustrating because I thought that I had the
that's my
formula,
product. Yes,
and no, it wasn't. So
yes, absolutely. Yes, it's so relatable. Well, I think that everybody who goes into businesses because they feel that they have a solution for a need, or they feel that they have, um, the thing that will plug a hole into that market. Um, and probably you do, but you just need to find your niche, or you have to research it more carefully.
yeah, like probably in my experience, if I continue with that, and it's, like it wasn't like I lost my investment. I actually recovered and gain a little bit, but it was really hard because I had to focus mainly in the Latin community, and the Latin community had a little issue that they make conversions. Oh, see, if in Colombia cost me 100,000 pesos, that's $50. Why I'm going to pay such and such? Like, well, because like I pay for, like taxes and all of this, and you are in Australia, you are not in Colombia. So like, it's not the same.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
um, so yeah, very frustrating. But like, obviously, if you, and there is a point that you said that like I gave my best and it didn't work out, that's fine. We need to start understanding the difference between being stubborn or being focused on a goal. Like, yes, you can be focused on a goal and try and give your best, but if it doesn't work out, then you just move on. Sometimes we are stubborn and no, this has to work and it has to work, and that creates frustration.
Yes. Look, touching on a point that you mentioned before, and I'm probably developing this a little bit more. And people in Australia say that overnight success takes 10 years in the making. So, those people that we consider really successful, they might have been working hard for 10 years, and we don't notice that. And I think that's a very important reminder for anybody who would like to start anything new, uh, be it a business, being a new job, being moving countries, being, building a new house, or buying a new property. Like, you have to start from zero. And I think that's a very important point about frustration. When I think about frustration, to me is unmet expectations. So, in my head, I had a plan, and in reality, that is not meeting my expectations. So over the years, I have what I've learned about frustration is, okay, how can I adjust my expectations so I am, one, more realistic, or two, feel less frustrated, right? And it's all about, as well, when it comes to business, making sure that whatever you're doing, you have your financial security in place.
Mm.
So I can do professional migrant women. I can develop my business because I'm still working part-time. And having that source of income means that I can feel safe. I know where my next pay is going to come. I know that I will be able to cover my rent, and I know that I will be able to cover all my expenses while I still keep working on my business. So that was one of the biggest lessons that I learned from my first experience. Right. So what do I need to do? Do I need to reduce my hours? Do I need to find, part-time employment? Do I need to change the way I work? But for me, this time around, it has been very important to make sure that I have financial security while developing my business. So that is, one of the first things that I have done this time to manage my frustration around my business not meeting my growth expectations, for example.
That is very important. Like expectations in anything, if they are not realistic, they are going to bring a lot of frustration. It's, for example, like diets. A lot of people like want to lose weight and they are saying, okay, like my husband the other day came with this amazing idea. So one of his teamwork mates said to him that he is in this diet where he has basically only a shake or something like that. And he was like, I'm going to do that. And I'm like, Amor, honestly, how long do you think you are going to last drinking only shakes? Like,
Yeah.
that is not a realistic expectation. You are going to grow very anxious because your mind, your body is going to start asking you, hey, like this shake is amazing. It can be delicious, but I need food. So you are going to start feeling anxious, frustrated, like, I need something. And then by the end of the week, you are going to eat everything in the fridge, like going crazy. And that's not healthy. You want to lose weight, you can use the shakes, but then start maybe with one day, just one meal, and like a step by step, one day at a time, and until your body like get used to the change, and then it moves one step forward and one step forward. And it's the same with businesses. Like the first client, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling, but it takes work. And if it doesn't come the next one, then see what you can do in the meantime, But like not focusing like, oh, I need another client. I need another client. Yes, you need it. And again, what you, Fabiola, just said is true. If you don't have that income, that support, that like that give you that free of mind, that peace of mind, then you are going to be like, oh my God, I have bills. Oh my God, I have this. I need clients. And then you focus on the negative instead of
Yes.
building your business.
Yes, absolutely. I can vouch for that as well. Yeah. Once your basic needs are covered, then you can focus on growth. And that is one-on-one psychology, basic psychology, the pyramid of needs. So make sure that your bills are covered, then you can focus on things that will help you grow in the business. Absolutely.
What about like in your professional migrant women, what is the biggest frustration that you get with, for example, helping professional women? What's
Again, I go back to expectations. So we provide a program that supports women in their journey to find professional jobs. And I think that one of the things that people underestimate is that it takes effort, that although we are supporting you, you actually have to put some effort. And I actually said very clearly, but sometimes you have to be even more clear. It is, I said to people, you have to mentally prepare for a marathon, not for a 100-meter run. The fact that we are providing you the support doesn't mean, I mean, it's going to help you get there faster. But you have to take the steps, you know? It's like getting a membership for a gym and expecting to lose weight just by paying the fees, you know? No, you have to lift the weight, you have to do the exercises, you have to take the steps. The same thing happens, I think, with some of the people that go through our program. And I think it's because they, one, don't take enough responsibility to do what they have to do, or two, probably they're not ready for it at the moment. And that is, so that's not me making excuses on their behalf, but we are all at different points, and probably you are gonna get what you need right now. And next time, or through a different way, you will find what you need then. So I think it's important to recognize where we are, to be willing to stretch yourself and get out of your comfort zone, to acknowledge your fear. I think that's very important, and say, hey, thank you so much, fear, for keeping me safe. I can take it from here. I'm going to take this leap of faith. And if I fail, so be it. You know, well, what is the worst thing that could happen? In most of the cases, the worst case scenario is still okay, you know? And when we actually realize, oh, okay, so if I submit a job application and I don't get a call, well, that's not the end of the world. You know, maybe I just need to do this 10 times, 20 times, I don't know, 50 times. But it's a matter of keeping at it, you know, and implementing the things, the tools that you are giving, having a go, even in the face of fear, you know, even when you feel frustrated, even when everything is against you, then you can, you know, succeed against the odds.
Yeah, yesterday, actually yesterday I started a program. It's for migrant startups and entrepreneurs. And last night I was so tired. Like yesterday was crazy. My oldest son is on holidays, so like it's a lot of work. And we had a meeting, the first meeting at 6 p.m. And in the program there are 50 people, and I count them, and we were only like 22 people connected at that time, during the whole night. And one of the things that the guy said was, like, it's a program, 8 weeks program, and they have, like, every Monday they release like a tool or a video or like some resource, right? And he said, if you wait until the last minute to watch this and to process this and everything, it's because maybe your dream is not as important. And if your dream is not as important, it's that you are not ready to do this.
Great. I think that's a great observation. Great insight.
Yeah. Well, like, when your dream, when your purpose, when your work, when your business, or whatever you are doing has that energy that makes you stand up from your bed and said, no more 5 minutes. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to do this because this is what I want to do. Because working, my time just flows away, and like I don't even notice that I haven't eaten or whatever, which is not healthy, and I don't support that.
Yeah.
But that's like the energy that you are giving to what you are doing, then that's a key of success.
Yes.
If
absolutely.
you are not willing to give that, to enjoy that, the hardest moments, the late nights, the lack of sleep, the challenges that all of this comes with, then you probably are not ready for that.
Nah, completely agree. And I think the funny thing that I've noticed about myself is that, and I'm sure Vivi, you and probably the people that are listening to these can relate to. I find myself on weekends or after hours, like you said, early mornings, late nights, doing that little extra thing that we have to do. And so last Sunday was one of those days. I sat for a while and I was working and I was thinking, oh, and I was actually enjoying like enjoy a good word? I don't know. Like I was doing it with gusto. Uh it was like, all right, it wasn't a burden for me. It was Sunday, and that was probably my way of relaxing. I don't know. But but I think it's what came present to me at that moment was that I do this because it's important for me and because I want to, but not because I have to.
I choose to do it. No,
I
I
choose
have
to.
to do it. I choose to do it.
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh my God. Well, Fabiola, thank you so much for your time. But like the videos are quite are meant to be short. So let's close by just one one single thought or advice that you can give to people that are listening in terms of like how to manage your frustration. And then let us know how to connect with you.
Yeah, look, the other thing that I do when I feel frustrated, other than adjust my expectations, is to stop for a second and to gain perspective. Um, can I do that today? Can I deal that? Do I have to deal with that thing today? If the answer to that is no, okay, I will then schedule that for another time. I will set time for that later. Then I can detach myself from that emotion and come back to tend to that issue, with a fresh attitude. Um, running, on these kind of negative feelings is never good for you. It's not good for your business. It's not good for anything. So, you know, acknowledge the feeling, let it be, but also detach from that feeling and get back to your task whenever you are in a better mental state. You also asked me how can people connect with us. So professional migrant women, we have our website, professionalmigrantwomen.com.au. Also, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at PMW Community, or you can find us on LinkedIn at Professional Migrant Women, LinkedIn page. We share, events, resources, programs, so you can keep up to date with what we're doing. And we also have a newsletter, and you can register for our newsletter on our website.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And to you, thank you so much for taking your time to watching this video, and see you next time. Bye.
See you. Bye.